All right, guys, I had some folks that asked me about doing an unedited video, kind of like what Justin Johnston does over at Kayak Catfish. So I'm going to give it a shot. The only difference is going to be that I will cut back and forth between a POV camera and this camera, just because I think I would go insane staring at a POV camera the whole time. So let's get cracking and see if y'all like this. Give me some feedback if you like these kind of videos. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. There's gonna be times where it's boring. So give me your feedback. Let me know if it works. So let's get some bait cut up. First thing we got right here, some good old chicken. While I'm at it, let me go ahead and pull some towels out. Those are always good to have. Planer boards. Get a little stuff in order. The one thing you will see here is the behind the scenes of everything that goes into catching some fish. A little chicken out here. There we go. It's hard to beat this. It's been working. Right there. Boom. 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 Be honest with you, I don't go with big pieces in the wintertime. I usually go with smaller stuff, especially this late into the year. I've also got a dead perch in here that I saw. We'll put out some perch. 2 big chunks. It's one that died. Still got a little flap to him. We'll put out 2 big baits. We'll keep the tail here. For all y'all that say big baits catch big fish, we'll put out 2 nice sized chunks of bait there. All right, that's some rods, one of the small bait rods here. Fishing with the Abu Garcia ugly sticks, not the Abu Garcia, I can't speak. The ugly stick GX2 rods. These are some they wanted me to try out. And I've been putting them through the paces so y'all can see how they perform. A little chicken bait, nothing super big. Santee rigs, some Carolina Lake weights on there for the weights. We'll talk about all this gear today several times because we're gonna be hanging out for a long time today. Rod's over here. I think what I'll do is put my 2 big baits on the outside planer boards. And we'll drop this chicken straight out the back and on the inside planer boards. You'll also know it by shook in the water. Knock that one in gear. I've got a couple of these big floats on these, the rattling floats from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. It's some that they make. The rattling shad wrap type deals. Those will have the bigger baits on them. So normally it's perch on one side, chicken on the other. We're gonna mix it up a little bit here. Let's put this big old chunk of bait on there. Boom, there we go. That corner. Put this in over to that side. Got some duck hunters going out, or coming in, I should say. They're out late today. They must have been putting some corn out. They wouldn't do that. That would never happen. That would never happen. That board out the side there, shoot, into the water. Let those crawl back. Where's my other big one? We'll get this other big one out on this side. See if that rattle makes a difference. That's a loud one. I think that one is from Demon Dragons. Big old loud one. Get that bait on there. That's a good looking bait right there, guys. It's a good looking bait. Heck yeah. What I do, I cast mine out away from the boat. Some people have asked about this. Get them out away from the boat, cast it out, let it sink to the bottom. Once that line kind of quits coming off the spool rapidly, it's on the bottom. There we go. Got some birds flying by, that's why I stopped here. We'll probably end up talking about that here in a few minutes. There's boards on. Boom. Hopefully, the leaf blowers will calm down. You'll be able to hear me here in a few minutes. I think you can hear me okay. I got a pretty big mouth. They're blowing a lot of leaves. Who wants leaves on the ground when you live in the woods? That would be just silly, wouldn't it? Absolutely silly. Boom. Get that one over to there. I am trolling into the wind today. We got a slight breeze, probably, I don't know, 5 to 7. Gonna be trolling into it. Just enough to help get the board spread really good. Good coverage, pretty good boat control. You can control it going in, drifting with the wind. I do that when it gets higher. It's just when it's about like this, do pretty good with it like this. Those lines look awful close together. Almost like something has picked one of them up. Give it a minute and see. They are getting more and more crossed as we speak. What I'm talking about is the two lines going out the back of the boat. Almost like a fish has picked one of them up and is swimming off to the side with it, and it's just not loaded it up. Something's weird there. Something is weird. Let's see what we got here. Sure we don't have a planer board tied up there. Nothing like seeing a mess happen on the boat. This one, what happens when you forget about it? It goes out a little too far. We'll pull her back in some. Get it set right there. Then let's get this board on this one. Then we should be good to go. We'll be fishing. We will be fishing. Into the water. Boom. That's a good spread on that side. We're gonna let some more line out on this side. Get that one out a little bit further. And no, these rods don't have to be sitting up in the holders. I usually let them flop over. Whatever ride's comfortable. There we go. That. Go. Got a good spread going here. Boom. Knock that into gear. We'll let that go. Again, these two have chicken. The outside has the perch on it. So we're gonna see what's in here. I stopped here because there were some birds. I get a little flock of birds in here, so that means there's some bait. And if you look there on the sonar, you can see the bait. We've got some fish around the edge of it. We've got some bait. That's a pretty good ball of bait. It's on the bottom though. It's down in about 20 to 25 feet of water. So we'll see if there's any fish under it here. We'll give it a second. Maybe some in there. I ain't seen any. Usually you'll see them down here in these areas. I'm not seeing a lot around it. I'm not seeing a lot on top of it. But you can see how thick it's actually showing a false bottom here at 20 feet. And we're in, well, it's showing the false bottom reading this 20, but we're all the way down probably around 28 feet of water. That's how thick that school of bait is. You can see some fish off to the side there on the side scan. So it's a pretty massive school of bait. I'm not real confident that we're gonna catch fish right around that. I wanna be kind of away from that. And we're moving at about a half mile an hour, and man, that bait ball is solid. It is huge. It is long. Try going a little bit closer to the bank where the birds were. Be nice to get away from the, oh, we got a fish on. We got a fish on already. Right there, boom. Right there, right there. That did not take long. Let's see if he stayed buttoned. I don't know if he did or not. Yep, he's there. That didn't take long. It don't happen like this all the time, guys, but we'll take it when it does. I said we'd talk about this earlier, Andy line. And I can't tell if I'm in that board. Nope, that's a fish too. That's a fish right there. That is a different fish, I'm pretty sure. Let me get this over this way. Holy cow, doubled up. Doubled up, we'll take that all day long. Heck yeah. Like I said, guys, this don't happen all the time. Usually when you turn that camera on, you may be here for a while. We got at least one. Let's see if we can get him to the boat. Work him over to this side. I'm not sure if that one is still on or not. Yep, he's there. He heard me. Come around this. Work him over. Taking our time, taking our time. Again, you're seeing the uncut version, guys. This will be something different for me. I'm gonna see how folks like it. Kayak Catfish, his viewers love it. It gets some good view time on there, so we'll give it a shot and see. You guys, let me know. Drop me a comment. Like I said, I'm going between this camera and that one. That'll be the only real editing. I'm not taking anything out of it. It's kind of running continuously. Hopefully I don't think anything really stupid. We'll see how that goes. Nice fish, nice fish. Yeah. Easing him up, easing him up. I'll take my time with this one. We gotta get at least one on camera. Heck yeah. Boom, boom. Good fish. Let me get my net good and wet. Come on, big boy. There we are. Come on, flop in there. Boom. We got one in the net. Man. There we go. About that time, the leaf blowers are getting quiet. Perfect. Perfect. That's a good fish. Hitting, that was a piece of chicken. That was a chicken bait. I really need my fish grippers because my hands are tore all to pieces. Where are they laying at? Where are them suckers laying at? I don't see them. They're somewhere around here. Anyway, let's get this baby. Come here, biggin. Oh, perfect hook set. Perfect. Get that out of the way. Now stop. 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 Oh, there we go. Won't make the teens. About a 11, 12 pound fish. Boom. That one is back on there. He heard it. That looks like a better fish behind us. Boom. There goes the rod right in front of me. There goes the rod right in front of me. Let's get that one back. Get my hand cleaned off here. Move this camera over to this side. It's the beauty of multiple cameras. Boom, he is hooked up. Hooked up. He's wanting to go to that side. I'm gonna let him go underneath. And we're just gonna work that baby up in here. Yeah, guys, you don't get, oh, did he come off? Did he come off? Or is he coming right at, oh, he's running off to the side. He's running. Boom, look at that rod go. Heck yeah. That one is going right there. He's back to this side. So yeah, that is a better fish. You get some of this stuff out of the way. It's the joys of doing this alone. Let's see, do we want to go to that side? Let's do it. Let's do it. Work our way underneath some of this stuff. Now, Justin's got an easier time in his kayak. He's got a lot less area to deal with. I don't think he fishes as many rods either. I think he's got, I don't know, how many rods does Justin fish? 4? We're running 6. We do not have a rod limit here where I'm fishing at in the Carolinas, thankfully. And the one I got my camera mounted on, there's a fish on it too. This is cool, guys. This is cool. I don't think this whole video is going to be this way. Probably what's going to happen, we'll catch 2 or 3 fish and then we're going to have crickets for a while. So that would not surprise me a bit. This is a better fish. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Again, this one is on chicken, and the one that is on this planer board here is on chicken. Chicken does have an advantage. 4 of the 6 rods are chicken, but they're also smaller baits. So the big baits are, you know, big baits, big fish kind of thing. So far, the chicken's working. The bait ball that we've seen is actually gone now. Oh, there he is, there he is. Get that net over here. My net's getting wet now. Oh, that's a better fish. I need one more crank on it. Yeah, come on, big boy, come on, big boy. That fish is gonna be knocking on the door of 20 pounds. Boom, he's in the net. That's a good one. That's a good one. Man, I'll tell you what. This is crazy to get this kind of action that quick. Let's get him up here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a 20-pound fish. There he is, dude. Look at that. Heck yeah. That's a good one. Good hook set right there in the corner of the mouth. Very small hook. That may be a 4/0 hook. That could be a 4/0 hook on there. Gonna be close to 20. We'll take that. Where's my grippers? I can't find my fish grippers. They were clipped on to one of the rod holders. Let me see if they're in here. Told y'all get to see all the craziness. Where the heck are they? They're not in there. That's bizarre. I don't know where the heck they're at. Look at in here. All that stuff was clipped on here. Oh, there's a pair. Oh, they're back here. Found them. Found them. Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh, that's a good fish. Heck yeah, look at that. Chicken fish right there it is. Man alive. A little bit of mud's starting to disappear. Heck yeah. Heck yes, look at that. It's a lot of fish. Let's get him back alive. Boom. Say bye to everybody. Boom, he gone. When I ask where my grippers are, they're right there. All right, let me dry my hand off. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna get a couple of these baits going back out. We got 2 rods sitting here. That one is hooked up. Let's get a piece of bait on here so we've got it. In case y'all non-believers don't believe I'm using chicken. It's on there. Let's get this one out on this side real quick. Boom. There we go. Boom. Come over here, letting that baby sink. I'll get a planer board on it. Pal, there we go. Still letting it go down, clipping it. Now don't let me forget, guys, to knock this reel into gear. I'm gonna let it take some line out while we're getting that other fish landed. Let's get this one out of the way. First world problems here. It's congested, it's crazy, but that's okay. Set, boom. Oh yeah, he's still there. My hands are cold. Normally you catch a couple fish, catch a fish, get to go warm your hands up for a minute, but this has been a constant little thing here so far, which I ain't complaining. To do my first long unedited video, it's a heck of a start. It's not gonna last, folks, just FYI, it's not gonna last. Let's just get that in gear. I do it sometimes when I catch a big fish. I will do it so that people can see how long it actually takes to land a big fish. And I always say, anybody that says it takes them an hour to land a 50-pound fish, they're doing something wrong. If it takes you an hour to land a 100-pound fish, you're doing something wrong. Most of the battles are 6 to about 10 minutes. So, now granted, I'm in a boat and I've got the right, guys, I may have another fish. Hang on, hang on. This rod right here, closest one to the motor. Look at that. That one may be going. If this is not into it, there's a chance this fish could be into it. He's been out there swimming around for a little bit. Again, Ugly Stick GX2 rod, 7-footers, medium action, 30-pound Andy Monster monofilament. Abu Garcia, 6,500 reels, and I got some aftermarket power handles here. These are Gamexus. Catfish Pro also makes a power handle that is identical to these, about $5 cheaper. I'll put you a link. There is a link down in the description, and use promo code CATFISH. They'll save you some money. Boom, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Yep, that's a fish. Dang, we got another one. We got another one. Not as big as the last one, but we'll take it. How many are we up to, guys? Three fish. Come here, boom, in a net. In the net. Boom, let's secure that. Wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like I said before, it don't happen like this all the time. But we'll take it. He's swimming off in that direction. Let's deal with this one. Good one. 12, maybe 13. Long fish. I don't think he's super heavy though. Nah, he ain't gonna go teeners. He will not make the teens, but that's okay. They eating. That's all I know. They're eating. Get that out. It's the chicken bait, in case you didn't believe. Ow, let go of my thumb. Nice one. Nice one. Let go of my thumb. There we go. Yeah, 10-pound fish, 8, 10 pounds, something like that. Boom, he gone. My hands are dying right now. It's cold day, just FYI. It's in the 30s, it's winter. We'll talk some more about that when it gets boring here in a minute. Let me get this bait situated here. Digging it out of there. Still got some chicken on it. What are you talking about? I'll give him a fresh piece. Fresh piece of chicken on there. Boom. We'll put, let's see which way is that going. I'm gonna put this one back out to replace that rod. By the way, Carolina Lake weights. See who makes them babies. My hands are freezing. Let's get that. Come on, baby, get untwisted here. There we go. There we go. Get that one straight out the back. Boom. Put it into place. And let's just lift back. Oh yeah, he's there. He's there. So what is this, guys? Is this fish number 4? Is that what we're up to? I just want to make sure I'm keeping track here. I think it is. Woo, them hands are cold. Hands are cold. We'll knock that one into gear. It'll be 4 on chicken. We have not had a hit on the perch yet. And that's okay. That's okay. We'll take it any way we can get it. Yeah, it's in the 30s. Got a little bit of a breeze, just enough to suck the heat off your hands. But I guess that's a good problem to have. If your hands are cold from catching fish, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. People ask about the power handles. Do you have to have them? Absolutely not. You don't. But they do things, make things a little more ergonomically pleasing. He jumped. Did you see that? He jumped. They're a little more pleasing ergonomically. You give you a good grip on them. You're not having to pinch down. You can put that into the palm of your hand. So there's some nice points to having them. And I'm telling you, the Catfish Pro ones, they're only like 19 bucks, 20 bucks, compared to 25 to 30 for what other people are charging. So you can get into them relatively affordable. Again, use that promo code CATFISH if you go to Catfish Pro to get them. Come on, big boy. Come on up here. Come on up here. There may be one on the inside planer board behind me. I'm seeing it move weird. Go net. If y'all wondering about the net, it's the Hydro Web HD80 monster rod holders. Check them out. That's whose rod holders I use, by the way. Most people just kind of, I think, know that. There he is. He's into another line. That could be where that came from. That fish covered. Turn. Boom, got him. Tell you a trick when you're netting fish and you're pulling back. As soon as they're in the basket, drop the rod. It'll cause them to fall into that. They'll want to take a dive. He's into another line. I've got some fishing line around that. It's probably that planer board is what I'm thinking. So let's get a look at him. There we go. It's one that's going to make the teens there for sure. See what my settings are. Oop, I hit the power. That ain't good. That ain't good. We don't want to do that. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's get a gripper. Got a little bit of a mess. Stop it. There we go. There we go. Stop it. Heck yeah, another one. Another one. That's all right. That is all right. Good looking fish. Active feeding blue cats. We're going to try to talk about some of the conditions today that make this interesting. Let's get that out of there. Get him back alive. Doink. Now let's see what kind of mess we got here. This is where we'll probably have to do a little bit of a reset and the thawing of my hands. Now, if I was fishing in a tournament, to be honest with you, I'd probably leave here. While this is great fishing, you need some bigger fish to win a tournament on this lake. Now, with that in mind, you get in these schools of fish, wads of fish, you can pluck out some 30, 40 pound fish. So it is possible. But let's get the net put up. We might have a little lull here. A little bit of a lull. Let's see. Boom, boom. Let's walk up here and get my clicker. Reset it just so we can keep track. I think we had 4 fish there. That baby reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Whoo, them hands is cold. They are cold. All right, where are we at here? Where are we at? What we got? That one looks clean now. I do need to check it though. Let's get that out. We're gonna have to dig out my chicken. Man, I hope I brought enough chicken. I hope I did. We'll super downsize. Oh, there goes the rod right there. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Heck yeah, let's get this one situated. Get that cork in prime time. Maybe I'll put this one out on the planer to get it away from the boat a little bit. Out of the way of that one. Go. Hello, barge. Try not to run into me. They hit me, they're not doing real good. Get that one out and in the water. Boom. Boom. This baby hooked up here. Boom. Heck yeah. Get that one out. There we go. She's gonna run out. I was trying to get my hands warm. Trying to get them a little bit of heat on them. Well, I think I might have to reel this one in. Let that board go out. I got one right here. You know what? Let's bait this one and chunk it way out long. This one is kind of going off to that side. I think I can get this right out behind us. Trim up that chicken a little bit. And why are they eating chicken? Why ain't they hitting the cut bait? I got a feeling they're on mussels in here. I really do. I think this is some feeding. We'll talk about why I think they're eating in a minute. But we'll swap out here. Just ease back. You don't have to do a big nasty hook set. Just pull back to make sure it's set. And that hook is in its jaw. And we're working another one. Man, this is unreal. Thank you, Lord. Good day of catching. Good day of catching. Like I said, it's cold today. It's in the 30s. I'm out here in the middle of the day and just trying to pluck some fish. Sometimes it works like this. I'm gonna have to, this is a smaller eater size fish. He's on the top, so I'm gonna work him in kind of slow. I try not to let them flap around too much. I like for them to go down. I think it's less chance of them throwing that hook up there. They come up out of the water, they get some slack line, it's easy to throw it. Now granted, this is a 4-pound fish, but I treat them all like they're big ones. Got it here, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Like that, oh, I think he's hooked good. I think he's hooked good enough. Yep, he made it to the splash well anyway. Here we go. Man, that one ain't got a stitch of mud on it. And he would make a great sandwich. He really would. Make a great sandwich. Boom. But he gets to go back. Bang. Get us another piece of chicken. Wow. Number 5. Wow, what a blessing. Catching some fish. Catching some fish. Let that one get into place, let it drop down. Woo! Put my hands in here and get a hold of my hand warmers. I got some of these Warmco hand warmers. I'll put you a link to these things. Battery powered, they're rechargeable. We got little lithium batteries in them. I always feel bad using the hot hands and you have to throw them away at the end of the day because you don't get to reuse them. These things actually got a little charger on them. Use a little USB-C. Get my hands warm for just a second. I'm going to check that inside planer board just to see if it's kind of bopping like there could be a little fish on there. I don't know if there is. Man, that little bit of heat felt good right there. A little bit of heat on my hand. Let's see if it feels like it. It don't feel like it, but this may be the one that was wrapped on that fish. I'm gonna check it out either way. One thing about fishing the chicken compared to the cut bait. Cut bait, it has to get a pretty violent hit to come off. The chicken, on the other hand, it can come off pretty easy. Sometimes it'll come off and you'll never even know it was hit. So get it in here and take a look at it. Don't let me forget to click off that other fish. What we got here? Yeah, still got bait. Still got bait. We good. We good. We good. I know some of you asking, well, why don't you get back through where them fish are? I probably will. That'll probably happen before this video is over with. What I'm doing now is just kind of trolling past them. We're gonna run up through here and just kind of try to mimic some of the same water to see if, you know, these fish are kind of in a certain depth range or something. Now granted, the place I stopped was where the birds were. So maybe that's why those fish were around there. I don't think those fish were there because of the bait necessarily. I think they were there because of whatever may be feeding around that bait. Could be them birds there, but maybe they are feeding on that stuff. I don't know, man. We just come up with theories on stuff, on what works and why it does it, and we kind of really don't know. It's just we see stuff happen repeatedly. What's that saying? Correlation does not establish causation, and that basically means just because something happens when something else happens doesn't mean that that is the cause of it. So if you're, you know, running downstairs and you fall down, it may not be because you're running, it may be because you're paralyzed in one leg. So that's an extreme example, but anyway. The bad part is this is the stuff you get to hear me babble about in between fish. So let's go over here and make sure we hit that clicker on this one fish we got in here. Where's the clicker? It's hidden right there. Boom. So poof, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good haul of fish. I mean, honestly, I could honestly sit down right now and go, you know, I'm done fishing. It's over. But I'm not. I'm gonna keep pulling up through here. We'll make a circle back through there at some point, but for now, I'm just gonna keep pulling. I got a fish on already. Let's go back over here and get this one. It's another one right there on that rod. Boom. There he goes back. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Ooh, that one's sucking some line. That one's sucking some line. That's a good fish, guys. Well, if nothing else, I picked the right day to do a continuous unedited video. At least there's some fish biting. Unbelievable bite, to be perfectly honest. Heck yes. Heck yes. Again, this is a chicken. These two monster rod holders here have rods that have chicken perches on this outside one. So far, we ain't had a hit on the perch. So we're gonna keep nursing them in. A few at a time. I think action brings action. You've heard me say that before. Sometimes you get these fish feeding and active, and it'll get other fish to bite. It's like they kind of sense that, hey, something's going on. Interesting thing is, and I'll try to show this when we get a break, I'm not seeing a lot on the sonar unit. There is not a lot of anything on there. So it is interesting, to say the least. Pull this baby on up here. Boom. 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 Get that baby off. Stay up. There we go. Doink. Man. Man. On the fish. That outside board may have one. We may actually finally have one on a perch. May actually have one. If you've wondered about the GX2 rods, this is a good little demonstration of how they work. So totally different than the major catfish rods out there as far as their build, design, and price. They're a totally different animal than the other rods you've seen me fish with. Just totally different setup. Reeling down, there we go. Yeah, there's a fish on that outside one over there. I don't know if you can see it over that corner or not. It's a better fish. So far, I've not had a problem with these rods. I've had a 60 on Lake Norman with them back in December, and it was fun to catch on these rods. And these are 7-footers. You know, most of the catfish stuff out there is 7.6. I like the shorter rod. If it's up to me, I could go with a 6.6. I like a little longer handle in the back. That would be the one thing I would change. These do not have the super sexy reel seats, the aluminum reel seats, but you can actually feel the blank of the rod through the bottom of the reel seat there, like the little trigger grip. And depending on how you're using these things, I think they would be good for like some bottom bouncing just because of what they're made out of. I think they're going to have pretty good sensitivity. This is a good fish too. We'll have to net him. We're going to have to net him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come here, baby. Oh, he's not hooked super great. Boom, drop that tip. He falls into the net. Then what you want to do after you get him in the net, release some of that line. So when you bring them in the boat, you're not bowing, candy caning that rod over as much. It's gives it some slack there. Yeah, this is the Monster Rod Holders Hydro Web net. This is the 80. They also make one even bigger than this. So good net. Pow. Man sakes alive. Look at that baby. Chicken, in case you didn't believe it. In case you don't believe it, it's chicken. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, got the net with it. Can't do that. Boom. Another good fish. Shoot, yeah. There it is. There it is. We own them. Baby. He gone. Put my net on there. You know what? Let's see here what we got. That one seems to be hooked up pretty good. I'm gonna get this bait back out and deal with that one in a second. Pretty small bait, guys. That's not a big piece of meat, and that's all it takes, at least in these conditions. Like I said, it's winter, it's cold. We got some other stuff we'll get to here in a second. Dang, look at that rod go right there. Get this one out and get it going. Heck yeah. Planer boards on. 4 of the 6 do have planer boards on them. So, that going. Boom. It's in there. Let's get over here and see what we got. You also get to see the joys of setting up and moving cameras around. This one is over all that stuff. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go in with him. There we go. Try bringing him right up the gut here. Hopefully this is one of the bigger fish, since this is a big bait. We'll see. We'll see what the lake gives us. We will see how big this fish is. I wonder if I can let this one go back. We'll see if it'll make it back. This is part of the balancing act with planer boards of trying not to do what I just did. That's not good. That's going to be a mess right there. Let me knock it into gear, see if we can get it back some. That is not what you want to do right there. Let's see if that board gets out. May have to change something around here. There it is. Good. Now that doesn't mean it's not tangled with the fish. Gotta knock that board in gear. Let's let this one go to there. There we go. Let me do this. Let me shorten up something here real quick. This planer's gonna come in. We got a little too far. We'll move it to right there. That's what happens when you turn around and let them run out further than they should be. So what I did was, this rod went to the outside. It has chicken on it now. You'll be able to tell, because if you remember, the ones with the bigger baits had the big rattling floats on them. So that's how we'll be able to tell, even if... Now, some people are going to say, well, you should have put those on the inside. And maybe so. I mean, who knows? That could make a difference. That's why generally, if I'm testing this stuff, I will put it evenly on both sides. But it is what it is. We just want to catch fish. And by grannies, we're catching fish. We are catching the fish. Boom. There we go. Boom. Boom. So if I get this one in, I got to click off how many? Two more? Is that right? I think that is right. Working that baby in. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's a good day of fishing. It's a good day of catching. It ain't like this in the winter all the time, guys. Most times a 6-hour trip out here, this is all the fish you'd catch if you had a good day. So something is working, something is happening, and I don't think it's everywhere like this on this lake either. I think there is a perfect combination of stuff working right here. I'll make another one of these videos and we'll be sitting here talking for hours before we catch a fish. So I think it's just a good combination of stuff happening right now. This one's working its way up. Better get the net ready. It's close, getting close, getting close. You know what we'll do, we'll move this camera over to this side so you're not staring at a silhouette. Not like you need to see my lovely face, but oh yeah, that's another one. Turn your head to the net, boom, there you go. In the net. We finally got one on some perch. Nice. Taking a look at the other rods, make sure nothing's going crazy. Heck yeah. Let's get him in here and look at him. Nice, nice, nice. What a haul of fish, man. What a haul. Look at there. As you can see that big rattle hooked perfectly in the corner of the mouth. Big 8/0 hook. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Hell yeah, baby. Another one. Finally got one on some perch. I'm about to cut me up another perch there. I think that's got away with the bait. So I'll take them. Bad thing is, I ain't got a lot of perch with me. I only got a couple, so I have to pick one out of the tank there. Man, let's walk up here and click off those two just before I forget. Yeah, we got there. 1, 2. Bang. Man, man, man. What a haul of fish. What a haul. Just so y'all can see it. It has a big rattling float on it and a bigger hook. Bigger hooks for bigger baits. There he goes on that one, inside planer. I really need to get that out, but I got to cut a piece of bait for that. Let's go get this one over here. That one right there, got a fish on it. Unreal, unreal. He's taking it back. See if anybody else is moving. And all you got to do with these boards is just pull back on that rod. I'm gonna give y'all a lesson in something. I've been wanting to do a video about this, and that's fighting the bigger fish on the rod pump. This is a good one to do it on. What you want to do is pull back with the rod and reel down and keep that rod bent the whole time, and then lift with the rod, let the rod do the work, and then reel back down, keeping that rod bent. Where most people mess up is they pull back and then they let the rod fly forward and then reel. You reel as you go. So it's lift back, let the rod bring the fish in, and then reel down on it. That one may have pulled off. Ah, he did. But that's how you play that game. So generally it's better when you catch the fish, but it happens. That seemed like a smaller fish, luckily. We didn't lose a giant. You don't catch them all, guys. That's another thing. But we'll talk more about that rod lift and playing it that way. But that's the easy way to lose a fish, if you let that rod slam down like that. Get this one reeled in, baited back up and back out there. It's the chicken bait. One thing I'll tell you, you get a fish that pulls off, they may not even hit your bait. There's a chance when you're drifting, they could hit that cork. You see the back end of that cork has been bitten or crushed right there. They can also hit these things. These things go dragging along the bottom. They look like a snake, maybe a crawdad that's down there going through the mud. They don't always hit your bait. That is something that I tell people to keep in mind when you're dragging baits. A little different when you're anchored up somewhere and you got a Carolina rig. But with these Santee rigs, it's possible they could hit some of that other stuff. So you get one that kind of lets go of it. That could be what happened with it. So we'll get this one back out, get forward out. We almost had number 8, almost. Pretty happy with what we got, but we're gonna keep swinging here. We're gonna keep swinging. Oh, I got twisted. I think it did anyway. Better to check it now than figure out later. There we go. Let that one run back. I need to cut up I'm watching that outside board. Let's get the net back out of the way. I've been walking through the net for 30 minutes here. There we go. Get it stowed out of the way. Let's go back down here. I'm gonna let that get out and get set. I'm gonna dig me a perch out of the tank and we're gonna get it going. So we got there, big boy, nothing. All right, let's let that one go. Boom. Let's dig us a perch out of the tank here. Get you one of these if you don't have it, guys. 4-reel fishing makes a bait net. Oh, there's one that's dead. Let's use it. Like I was saying, guys, we're gonna be in a world of trouble here if they start biting perch, because I'm gonna end up running out of them. Luckily, they're not killing these baits. So we're gonna put that bait on this baby. And we'll get it back out there. Remember, that outside one is chicken. Both of these are chicken. It'll be the one with the rattling floats that are away from it. Boom. And we're set. Get this hooked up. Actually take a breather for a second here and catch my breath. Emotionally anyway. Boom, got that out. Man, what a run on the catching. Unbelievable. Let that one get out. I think everything's fairly new as far as the baits. This outside one here is perch. So I don't know if we're out of the sweet spot or not, but we're gonna keep pulling a little ways before I make a move back. And if I do that, I'm gonna take y'all with me. We'll reel everything in and make a little run back down to where we started. We've been at this for almost an hour. We are probably half a mile away from where we started. I had the boat set at a boom, half mile an hour, but I think when I hit the button earlier, it messed it up. Let's knock this one in gear. Pow. Might let this one go out a little bit further. This will all happen at a good time too. About the time I get into this pool, I'll be in a good position to check some of these baits. You see I'm letting this one, I knocked it in gear. It's starting to swim out. I'm letting out a little more line on this one just so we get a little separation. I'll let that line come over until it gets close to that one, and then I'll knock it in gear before it runs over it. And then once we get the line past it, I can let more line out. Now you see they're fairly close together right there. What I can do is release it again and let some more line out. And now that line is behind that inside planer board and it can go back out without getting tangled up on anything. So a little advanced planer board tactics going on here. Isn't super advanced. This is actually kind of easy. It's when you start crabbing the boat and everything else is when it gets tough. And then what happens is you can see lines going out. I'll knock it into gear. That board will start to bite. Line goes tight and it goes back out. So one cool thing about watching these videos, I jibber and jabber about a whole bunch of stuff that, quite honestly, it's like being on a guided trip. You get a lot of information. A lot of 411 hand warmers are working. Warmco. I'll put you a link to them. Actually, it's got it on there. It says Warmco on it. Things work good. Like I said, they're rechargeable. That's the nice thing. I've gotten 6 to 7 hours out of them depending on how cold it was. The first time I tried them at home in the office, I just turned them on and let them run. We got almost 8 hours out of them. Of course, that's in a warmer environment. Less stress on the batteries. Not working anything on the sonar right now. That means nothing because I hadn't burnt a whole lot coming through there outside of that initial bait ball that we saw. I've seen a few catfish, what I think are catfish, but it's like, man, not the number of catfish considering the rate we've been catching them. And like I said, we've been out just for about an hour to put 7 fish in the boat, have 1 pull off. That's a heck of a catch rate in the wintertime. I mean, that is like summertime catch rate. So we'll see. I'm not sure what the magic combo is. I do see birds over here. And I do see birds back in that direction. So I'm gonna give it just a little bit here. There's a little bit of a shoal up here that I'm gonna try to get kind of close to just to see what happens there. If that changes anything, makes anything happen. And then I'm gonna reel everything in and make a reset. So that's kind of the plan. Beautiful day, very light wind. I've got kind of an easterly, maybe southeast, east-southeast, little breeze. It's not much. Right now it's actually back down a pretty good bit, so it's very, very comfortable. Yeehaw. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Look at this sonar screen up here. Oh, that is how barren it is, folks. That is not a lot of life on that screen. Let's say we're coming up on a place where there's a point that comes out here. Kind of a little hump, a little bit of shoal there. I'm going to drag it probably till about right here. And just to see if there's anything in there close to that shoal. A little bit of life here, nothing super big. A little something laid in there. It looks like next to something. We got some tail wag. It's hard to say. But really, no bait schools, no bait balls. Nothing in there that makes me go, wow. Yeah, kind of crazy. Clear that cursor out. Starting to mark a few little arches now, a few little fish. Nothing that's big, nothing that's great, nothing that's phenomenal, but there's a decent fish. Is that a catfish? Who knows? It's not a great one. Probably similar to some of the stuff we've caught. Looking, said we're going about a half mile an hour. We got 47-degree water. It's chilly and about 30 feet right now. So just a matter of riding it out at this point, seeing what happens. This is how the fishing normally is. It's a lot of sitting and waiting for lightning to strike. We got lucky. Lightning struck pretty quick there in the beginning, but it's what it is. Where we're at, doing about a half mile an hour. Boom, outside board, outside board. It started to go back. That was the chicken bait. That's the one that we let run out. It's wanting to go. It's wanting to load up. Or maybe a smaller fish. Smaller fish. Looking at some of the other ones. I think that fish is on there. I think it's on there. There's a few little arches starting to show up. We'll go take a look at this one and see what it looks like. This board right here out there. Get that suited up there. Boom. Feels like he's there. This is that chrome rocket that one of my fans sent to me a couple years ago. It got super tuned. It is a very nice reel. I said I'll never fish with it because it's too pretty, but after a while he guilted me into it's too pretty of a reel not to fish with. And he's right, so I got it out here. It's in my private collection, so to speak. So what I was saying earlier when I lost that fish about pumping a rod, and you can see the action of the rod here. Pull with the rod, don't over torque it, but then reel down, take your line back, and use that rod to pull the fish in, just like that. Boom. That way, you take the line, remember the rod never bends. You don't have to sit here and winch against the rod. Let the rod do the work. That's why you got it. That's why you got the action you got there. A lot of guys will say a reel ain't nothing. It doesn't do nothing but take up a line. And there's some truth to that. Obviously the drag is a good safety feature that's in it. But yeah, pull back, reel down, never let the tip go straight. Pull, 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 reel, reel, reel. Like I said, people usually want to let that rod fly back straight, and I've seen a lot of fish lost that way. The other thing is be smooth with it. I think women make some of the best fish fighters because they're very smooth. Some of the guys want to show how strong they are, and they end up muscling the hook out of the fish's mouth. So a lot of times women, it's just they're buttery smooth with the way they reel, and like, man, you know, make a great walleye fisherman. You ain't got to worry about pulling them hooks out of the fish. So it works out. I think our inside planer board on that side, same thing there. I tried to when I released that board. We may have one hitting the, I think there's one on this perch. I can't tell if that's a fish or if it's snagging on something. Now here's something I will do here. I will come back and pull. Okay, good. It is a fish. Just in case that fish has that bait in its mouth and it's not taking it yet, I'll do that. We'll see if it works. Working this one up here. There we go. Like I said, there's one on this inside planer board behind me too. There we go. Working up here, getting a little herky-jerky. See where that drag's at. That drag's decent. See if this is liftable or nettable. We're gonna net him. Some people ask, why don't you leave the net out? Ooh, there's one going right there too. We got that one, that one. He is liftable. He's barely hooked. Let's get him in the net. There we go. Heck yeah. Why don't you leave the net out? It's bad luck, plain and simple. It's bad luck if you leave the net out. I like putting it away as much as I can, even though we caught a bunch of fish with it laying on the deck of the boat. Get this baby up here. Boom. Hell. Nice little fish. Pass the time. Somebody to make my video look good. Oh, that one's got some mud right there, guys. That's usually a sign of some previously lethargic fish. Let go of my thumb. Thank you. Boink. He gone. Get some of the slime off the hand here. Let's see if I can get this one back out. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bunch of rods laying all over the place. Right here, boom. I think we can get this one in between these. Now this is one of the beauties of using circle hooks, is that you can sit here and let these baits, or let these fish, stay on these rods. It's hard to pop a well set circle hook. Not that it can't happen. We saw a fish get off earlier, but it's hard to do. Which one do we want to go with next? Release the button, that helps. Boom. Which one do we want to go with? Let's do this. Let's go with this one, since it is not on a planer board. Boom, he's there. That one is not on a planer. He's gonna go to this side. That'll be good. Y'all won't have to look at a silhouette anymore. Let's go over there with that. Boom, boom. There we go. Let that rod go on back out. Nicely done here, fish. Y'all are putting on a show for the folks. Putting on a show. I love it. I love it. Let's go under here. Working them up, baby. Working them up. Getting closer and closer to that shoal there. I may go around the outside of it. I doubt there are going to be fish up on it. Not that there can't be, but I doubt they're going to be up on the shoal, so I may work my way around it. Let's knock that one in gear. Boom. There we go. They seem to be staying out here. What are we in? 27 feet of water. It seems like most of these fish are staying out in this slightly deeper stuff here. Boom. Boom. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Boom. Oh, look at that. I love the way these rods fold over. I was wondering if I should have went with medium light. I think the medium's perfect. Come here, baby. Come on, big boy. Come on. Boom. Another one. Heck yes. Get that one in there. That's a teener for sure. That one made the cut. Let's see what we got here. Gripper, gripper. My old rig wrap gripper. The rig wrap gripper was red at one point. It's not anymore. There we go. Boom. Semi sassy. There you go, rolling back in the net. I see you're just making things complicated. Do, 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 do. There we go. Got all the chicken off of that one. It's okay. That's okay. Boom. Nice fish. Nice fish. What we got left out here? Let's see. There may be one on this one here, this inside planer. All right, I gotta go click off 2 of them, right? 2, because I got, here you go, 2 rods in. So let's click off 2 just so I don't lose count. Somebody will call me a liar if I come back and say I've got boom, boom, 9 fish. Back over here. Let's get this thing out of the way. Come here, hook. See, we think we got one on that one. Let's do this. Let's roll us a piece of chicken. Boom. Straight out. We got what, 9 fish and 8 of them on chicken. Is that right? I think that's the combo. So we'll take that. We'll take that. And that one straight out. Boom. Let it sink to the bottom. You'll see it kind of go, 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 gadget, go, go, go. And then it'll kind of slow down. And that means it's on bottom. There you go. About the time I knock them in gear, put them in the upright rod holder, and man, we're set. We are set. Let's see if there is a fish on this one. He's back. Feels like a small fish. We'll take that. We'll take that. We do not discriminate between big and small fish, blues or flatheads, channels or white perch. We're happy to have everybody. Coming up on, I'm gonna make the turn here, guys. I'm getting onto that point. It's gonna come up super shallow. I don't think the fish are gonna be super shallow, so I'm gonna try to skirt to the outside edge of it and maybe go around it, and then after that we'll make the move. Hopefully I don't lose a rig up here. This thing's kind of rocky, a few stumps, there's brush piles on it from the crappie fishermen, so it could be easy to lose something. So see if we can skirt around it here. There we go. Small fish, small fish. Good. Speed looks good. We're set. Another eater. Looking at some 10 feet water. I'm gonna have to like make a hard right to get off of this. Oh no, I got a limb. I got a limb. That thing was dragging weird. There we go. Feeling like a little fish. It was little. There's little bitty microbial something. Yeah, that thing was pulling funny. I thought something was on it. Maybe something did hit it at one point, but it was not there just then. Let's try popping this back out. See if this works here on this turn. I'll show y'all what I'm trying to stay off of. These will be fine. Those on that side are what concern me. So, see if we can pull off of this. Spore down. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it's a long pull. It's a lot of fish. I'll let that board go out for a second. I got you silhouetted there. Let's see where we're at here. Show you what I'm doing. I'm up on a point here. I'm trying to get off of that point. I really don't want to stay up on it. Not that you can't catch fish up here, but what's working today is not that. So I'm gonna try to get back into some deeper water here. And probably try that for just a little bit. And then I'm gonna make a move. So let's see what I did to my motor. All right, so I'm still at half a mile an hour. All right, my speed's still good, so it's still tooling through here pretty good. So yeah, that's the plan, man. Let's knock that one in gear. Boom. I'm not gonna run it super wide out. Let's just see what happens. But yeah, it's see what happens off the end of this point, into some of this deeper stuff. There are no birds out here, and I hadn't seen any. And while I'm not married to the birds, they've paid off pretty good for us so far. So there goes one. He's flying back that way. Birds are on the water. Nothing's going crazy. I got a feeling there's probably some certain times when it gets good and they get super active, and then there's some other times when it's not. So let's swap a battery out on this camera. It looks like it has died, so you'll get to watch the one part of the video. This is some of the stuff you have to do. I don't run the big battery packs because I generally don't run a camera continuously. On the trips I do, I kind of just roll when I catch fish. So dig in here to get a battery out, boom, pop a new one. I know the guys like Justin that do this and run for hours, running the bigger battery packs for it, and that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll get that one in there, get it rolling in the wrong setup for it. Boom, boom. Reset on the battery. Some of the joys of the video world of YouTube. A little trick on putting these batteries in here: don't be impatient. Put them in, let the thing like tool up for a second, then turn the camera on. See where we're at. Boom, loading. Boom. I'm just checking my clip. Clip's good. Because if the clip wasn't good, what would happen is you'd never see this video, and there would be a big cussing match that was going on out here. So boom, that camera's rolling again. What I'll do is, this is the behind the scenes of how this works in the real world. We'll look at this camera and see, battery's good. I'll start a new clip. So technically, if y'all want to argue, yes, there is some slight editing in that I have to stop a clip and start a new one, but if that's a deal breaker to you, then I'm sorry. More of the Warmco hand warmers. They're magnetic. It's kind of cool. So you can stick them to stuff. I don't know what you'd stick them to, but they're magnetic. So anyway, we're starting to drop off the point now, 14 feet of water. Like I said, I don't expect to get bit on too much up here on this point. I think the fish we're gonna get hit on are gonna be in the deeper stuff. We'll see what happens as I roll off of this. As y'all can tell, there is a big difference in the catch rate and the bite rate. I'll show you something here on this real quick. There's some of the stuff that is in here. Some of the rocks, that kind of snaggy stuff that I was talking about earlier. It's kind of what is up on this point in here, so it can lead to some stuff getting snagged up. It's one of the reasons I don't like to go onto it. Not a bad place to fish, don't get me wrong. You can get up there and catch some fish and that stuff, but run from the snags, run from the fish. Maybe in a day where I'm not doing one of these videos, that may be more tolerable, but today it's a little bit easier doing that. But yeah, it can be a good place to anchor up. A lot of people anchor up here on this point in this it's just, it doesn't look like today there's a lot of stuff going on up here. So that is what it is. We'll get that baby hooked back up there. We'll pull it. One of the things, if you've ever been on a guy trip with me, you will hear me talk about time. I get maniacal on time, because if I don't, I'll 5-minute something to death. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 10 minutes to, and then we'll make a move. That'll get us off of this point. We'll be around the edge of it, and I'll be able to tell if if there's fish this far out. No reason there shouldn't be, but man, we had a lot of fish back in there. Let's see what we got. No, that's just some rocks on there. So yeah, let's see what we got. This will also be a good time to check some bait and see what's going on. So fun. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like I said, it's only in the 30s today. This is not a bad winter day. There's kind of a light breeze. It's not cloudy. You can tolerate these conditions a lot more when it is not cloudy. And there's no wind. I've always said you can tolerate the cold, you can tolerate the wind, you can tolerate the wet. But you put two of them together and it's not fun. And we've cheated death so far today. So come on, fishies, give us one. Give us a good reason to keep dragging. I just seen one of those kind of snag up over there on that side. I'm gonna turn to where I can face them. Woo, around this way. There's one that is doing a little bit of a hangy there. All right, it's popped off. So we're gonna parallel this this little point, this little hump for a minute. Give it until 20 after, 9 more minutes. We'll see if we get hit. This is typically what most of the winter trips are like. I felt kind of stupid doing a winter fishing unedited, uncut version because it can be hideously boring. Well, maybe the last half of this video will be hideously boring because the first half of it was pretty dang good. But usually you catch this many fish. I think we're up to 9 now. That would be spread out over a 6-hour day if you got to that many. But this is a little bit ahead of the ball game, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, babies are hot. I see birds. All the birds are back that way behind me. That's them back over there in the distance. So I don't know. I'm gonna stretch it out 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. Oh, got some arches. I actually got some arches here on the bottom. That's some stuff hugging tight to the bottom. We're off the end of the point. Maybe it'll work. Maybe we'll get one to hit. Give it a little while. Give it a little while. Patience. That's one thing I say in any of my winter fishing videos is patience is a big part of catching fish. It's just being willing to get it out. Boom, there he goes right there. Flew right back. Dropped that bait. I'm going to have to check that one in a second. That was a chicken bait. That one went over good. Hit it like a freight train. Did he hit the sinker? Did he hit the float? Or did he get it in his mouth and just not stick the hook in? It can happen. It can happen. That's good we got bit though. Right when I seen those arches, I doubt those arches were to him yet, or the lines were to the arches yet, but the reason we had to call the fish is that net's laying right there. That's bad luck. Told you got to put the net away. If you don't put the net away, it's bad luck. I got that from Chris Simpson. I don't even know if he watches any of my videos anymore. We used to tournament fish a bunch. He's a guide down on Clark's Hill. You ever need a striper guide, crappie guide, catfish guide on Clark's Hill on Tennessee River? Chris Simpson is the man, but yeah, he was notoriously superstitious about having that net out. I'm gonna say the biggest reason I hate having it out is because I trip over it laying on the floor. So, but he wanted to put that net up when he hadn't caught a fish in a few minutes. So. Love you, Chris. Hope you're doing good, pal. Up, a little bop there. A little bop. Watching the clock, 6 minutes. Now, some of y'all at home is looking at the timer and going, that time ain't right. It's 5 minutes or something like that. So some of y'all are that detailed. I got my mindset on 20 after, which is my time here. So up, 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 up. That one's acting like a little bite there on that. Eat it, eat it, eat it. That little bite is a lot smaller fish than the one that hammered that rod right there a minute ago. At least I say that. It's hard to tell, man. You can have a small fish that nails a bait, and it's be a small fish. I mean, just a drive by, come by, hit it on the run, boom, and they'll surprise you. The ones that usually, when you get one that goes over and it just keeps going and doesn't pump that much, that's usually a good fish. You get one that kind of pumps over and goes over good, that can go either way. That can turn out to be a small fish. But first world problems here, people. We got it made out here. If you're able to do this, not everybody is. I understand that. I know some of y'all live vicariously by us that can go out and fish, and that's awesome. If we can bring some happiness to you and some joy. I've had people tell me that they were laying in the hospital following a surgery or something, and we're watching the videos. That's humbling, man, when people tell you stuff like that. That's cool, because it reminds you that even on a bad day out here, when you're cold and you ain't catching fish, the boat ain't acting right, it's you're still blessed to be doing it. So I've learned not to take it for granted, because I'm reminded a lot of time by a lot of you guys that lucky to be doing what I'm doing, and there's some that are not able to do it. So yeehaw, enjoy the ride. Where we at? 4 minutes, probably 3.5 minutes. Somebody's gonna leave a comment and say you really had 2 minutes left. Throw the comments in there and let me know how y'all like these videos. I am curious if this is something that you like, these long form, long running, what can be boring as crap right now, videos. It's almost like a guide trip. I kind of sit here and talk to people to pass the time when nothing's going on. The bad part is I've got other people to talk to. The cool thing is, one thing is similar to a live video, but the live videos, I get some interaction from you guys and I get the questions and stuff. So maybe I'll have to do a hybrid version of that, to where I do it live, but roll it with the POV aspects of having this camera and the multiple cameras, just to break up some of the monotony. Thoughts on that one too. Hopefully somebody's watching it this long into the video. Somebody's probably laying there on their couch at night, letting this thing roll in the background, and they're cooking a frozen pizza and they're in the kitchen. They go, hey, I heard that. Yeah, drop a comment. So where are we at time wise? About 2 minutes, about 2 minutes. But the plan is gonna reel up, swap out baits, and we're gonna make a run back down there to where we started and just kind of pull right back through the same area. How far are we into this? Let's see, we were a little over an hour. We're probably, what, an hour and 15 minutes into this or so. So it's a good long while, a good long while. The real question is going to be, how am I going to tolerate editing this thing, putting it up and cutting back and forth on some of these cameras and make sure everything stays synced up. That's where I may lose my mind. So it's a long video. It's a lot of stuff to dump. I commend Kayak Catfish for doing his. And it may be too much for my viewers too. If it's something that kind of gets a little too boring, let me know. It may be over the top. I don't know. We'll see. But it's one thing about like his fan base, my fan base. You know, somebody who watches Hagen Grubbs, a lot of times it's a different fan base. There's some crossover, there always is, but you get like a different demographic of people. I appeal to a different group. May all fish, may all be in the outdoors, but I may appeal to somebody differently than what those people do. And that's something to be said for any of y'all that are getting into YouTube. You're not necessarily competing against who you think you're competing against. Quite honestly, the only real people you're competing against are the viewers themselves and your fan, or the people who watch your stuff, because you know it's there's no real competition. I'm not competing against, you know, Kayak, Catfish, or Hagen. We got our own little direction and our own style, and nobody's trying to act like the other one. I am trying to do videos like him, but some of that has to do with, quite honestly, not so much that he's doing it, because other people are doing the long form unedited stuff. It's part of what the viewers are liking nowadays. They are liking the longer content. There's still great demand for the short stuff when you just want some mind-numb entertainment. But there are a lot of people now, especially now that it's easier for people to stream this stuff onto their televisions, that like watching this longer form stuff. So the landscape is changing, and it's kind of what I'm doing, playing around. We'll see what you guys like. I've been wanting to do one of these, and we'll see what happens. Where are we at time-wise? 15 seconds. Yes, I'm that maniacal. 15 seconds, we're making a move. Somebody tell me how long I've really been sitting here. Did I go 11 minutes? Somebody's gonna say something. I know y'all. I know y'all. Somebody's got the stopwatch going. Let's see. Sonar, man. You'd swear the sonar was broken if you looked at what's on it. There's nothing on the screen right now. It's time to move. Let's go get some of this stuff up. Boom, joy, joy. Get all these puppies in. Luckily, we ain't got to run far, but I'm gonna take y'all on the boat ride with me. Oh, no bait on that one. That ain't good. That'll happen. We'll get this one in. And there's that net I'm gonna trip over. I'm gonna have to move it in a second. See, Justin, he's got the kayak. He don't get to go fast. I get to go fast. I get to run across this 3/4 of a mile run here pretty quickly. It'll get us back in position fairly fast. So there's some chicken starting to lose some life there. Let's get that into there. Let's put this old net up out of the way just so I don't trip over it. There we go. Throw that towel down so it don't blow out. That first pass was a good haul. I can't complain about that. We'll see if it repeats. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You got to think in a little window like that, an hour and a half, whatever. You may just hit a bite window, a window when fish are feeding. So that's entirely possible. That happens, and you go back through it. You know, some of you say anchor up on it. It's an idea. The bad part about that is sometimes these fish only want to hit moving baits, and that can happen. So I'm curious here, this one on the outside that I'm getting ready to move this camera off of is has had a perch bait on it the entire ride. Hopefully the bait's still on it. I kind of left it out there. I never saw it got hit, so hopefully we still got a bait on it. Otherwise, we'd have been dragging that thing for an hour and a half without a bait, just because I thought it would still be on there because it's perch bait. So we'll see. We will see. A boat running up the bank there. Come on, big baby. Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yep, still got a bait on it. Big old body section. So the one that we caught came on a head section. So, and I think that's what we replaced it with. So there you go. This one coming in. Boom, boom, boom. It's a good time to take a bathroom break, people. If you are sitting there watching it, Run, refill your iced tea or your coffee. I'm gonna make a bathroom run while you're at it. You got a second here. You got a second. Let's dump one of these into there. Yeah. And this should be back to our other perch bait. Birds are still back there. Boom, boom, boom. Get that baby in. Fire the boat up. Michael, yep, still got a perch head on there. There we go. Let me dress up that perch head a little bit. It kind of rolled out a little bit. Let's roll that back in there. There we go. And we'll go with the same setup, putting those on the outside. And we should be good to go. I'll get this trolling motor in and we'll be ready to roll. Boom. 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 Come on, girl. See if she starts okay. Yep. Whatever my issue was with it starting has not reoccurred. Quick little run back here. Keep my hands warm. Make sure everything's in. Yep. Good behind me. Off we go. Quick run, guys, quick run. Not going far at all. I'm basically gonna go back right to where I started it. And we'll see if it repeats itself or not. Those fish could have moved. Those fish could be full. It could be over. We're gonna find out. We'll get our money's worth out of it either way it goes here. Coming up on the birds. Probably can't see them on this, but there's a wad of them over here and an even bigger pod of them on down. There they are. Now, they're tolerating me. There they go. That's one big group. The bigger group up here looks like it's got about 100 in it. And there's another one on up in the creek, so. There's the big wad of them over there. Oh, it gets a little chilly when you get that wind coming across you. Easing them down, baby. Back to the leaf blowers. Sorry about that. Bang. Maybe on. Get the boat turned. Then we'll get our speed set. I use the function on here so I can set a speed of exactly how fast I want to go. So we'll get that thing turned. We'll put it on that heading. It'll lock on that. And then what we'll do is set the speed. I'm going to set it at 0.5. Boom. And in theory, she's ready to go. It's going to pull a line right up through there. I'll get that heading right over there. We're set. Get this back to here. Slices a couple of chickens. Doink, doink. Those are... Pow. All right. We got here. Let's get these out. We'll kind of get with the same little pattern here. Bake that up. Boink. I doubt we're going to get as lucky this time and catch a fish in the first 5 minutes, but who knows, man? Who knows? That one go. We'll freshen up these chickens. I'll be honest with you, I'll let this chicken stay on here as long as it's on here a lot of times. Put that on there. Boom. Boom. That on there. Sink that baby on down. Go. Knock that into gear. Knock that into gear. Let's see. Let's move this back over here so it's not as silhouette-y. Let y'all see a little bit of what's going on. Here's show you a little trick here, guys. Get a bait like this. See that big old bait? That's a big old bait. That's a big old bait for here. Okay, it's a piece of white perch. Nice bait. What I'll do to freshen one of these babies up is I'll take a knife and run it up on the inside there. A lot of that stuff never got any attention from the water. That'll help to nasty it up a little bit. May get a little more scent out there. Put this one on the outside. Boom. That baby down. And again, this trolling motor has got me on a course. I basically set it. I set the speed, set the direction. Pretty much takes care of itself. It's a lot easier running into the wind. A lot of times when you're drifting with the wind, again, I do that in higher wind. You're kind of at the mercy of whichever way the drift's going. It's a little more manageable here. We got actually perfect winds for, you know, doing this today. It's not super high. You know, we're not battling it, not running wide open, so it makes a difference. Get this rod out there, another perch. Again, outside planers. Dunk. That baby sink. Bunk, bunk, bunk. That one baited. That baby ready to go. Pop that baby into that place. Boom. Some birds up in the air. I see a catfish on the bottom, not a big one. There's not a lot in here, guys. There's not. There's some bait up in here, some bait schools. I seen those the other day. But the place is that one big massive school we seen that was on the bottom. It's the only thing I've seen. So it is what it is. We're catching fish. That's what matters. It's just a weird little combination. Baby ready. One going out. There we go. Boom. That going. There's my sculling people. How y'all doing? They hate when you wave at them because they can't stop sculling to way back. It's a cruel trick that I play on them when I have kids on the boat in a guide trip, because what I will do is I will get the kids to wave at them. See the little boat, little rowing boat, there's another one coming. So what happens is when it's all women, the women feel bad for not waving at the kids. The guys, they don't care. They're just typical men. But the women feel they have to wave. So they will wave, they'll stop rowing. The person that's kind of running the boat yells at them. And I just tell the kids to jump up and down and cheer. And it's fun for the whole family. Let's bait to the water. Yep. Doink. And that one's in. We are dragging. We're dragging baits. We got them out. Oh. Here comes another one of those little sculling boats. Aye, matey. Here they come. Yay. These are women. I'll wave at them. We'll see if they wave back. You want me to? You want me to wave? Let's see if they're nice enough to wave. Some of them, it's terrible. It's better with kids. They can't resist the kids. Mean on me, they won't wave back. But the kids, they can't resist them. You gotta wait till they see me. Just wait for it. Wait for it. If they come really close, you start talking to them. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? They didn't wave. They didn't. I told you they won't wave at me. They won't wave at me. I guess I'm gonna have to start wearing a Speedo or something out here to get some attention. I don't know what it's gonna take, but we'll see. A lot of birds in front of me. Back to the fishing. A lot of birds up here. So we got baits out. They're spread. The spread looks good. Everything's engaged. We are pretty much good to go at this point. So it's a matter of just riding it out and seeing what eats. Let me get sat down here. I'm gonna sit and face toward the back. Give y'all a camera angle that way. This is a chillax time. Oh, I'm gonna eat my sausage biscuit. Stay right there. Part of my low carb meal plan is a sausage biscuit. Oh, it's really 2 sausage biscuits. It's a, look at that. Isn't that good looking? You may be asking, where's the biscuit? Well, there is no biscuit. That's part of the low carb sausage biscuit. It's actually 2 pieces of sausage made into one big patty. So, there's that. Yeah, a little healthier eating plan over the past few months. So, getting rid of the junk carbs, eating real whole food, and even a little bit of exercise, other than deer hunting. So there you go. That's good right there. Cooked on the flat top cooker last night in 23-degree weather, so I'd have it today. Heck yeah. And it's fine cold. I don't have a problem with it. I see birds moving. I think the ladies in the boat woke them up. They're going to come up here and sit with everybody else. We are headed straight to them. I've got a little more favorable wind. I'm going to pull a little bit closer to the bank to see if that helps. Remember on the first pass, we weren't this far into it when we hooked the fish, so I think that might have been beginner's luck on the unedited videos. Also, the leaf blowers quit, but we're not being that lucky. Again, guys, there's not a lot on the sonar. I think there's some bait around here if I really rode. Maybe the boat's spooking it away, but I'm not marking a lot. By the way, that's 7 ounces of sausage. That's actually Jimmy Dean. I've got some. We bought half a hog, but I haven't. That's still in the fridge. I still got some left. This is actually store-bought sausage. Good. What does Justin eat? Kayak catfish. What does he eat? He's a little skinny turd. He probably eats the nastiest, most unhealthy thing there is and does absolutely fine. Some of us have to try. He was also a nurse, so he probably knows better than to eat too nasty. Boom. Typically, when you eat something and the bite's dead, you'll get a bite. Not this time. Let's see where we're at here. Try to get right off that dip there. If you hadn't seen the video, our cooler sponsor, boatboard.com. This is the mug that came with the cooler. It's got a magnet on the bottom, a magnet. Now it won't stick to an aluminum boat, obviously, but this thing will stick to like the hood of your car. It's pretty cool. And on the cooler, I don't have the cooler on here today, the lid of the cooler has some magnetic circles on it so that you can sit this on the cooler and it won't fall off. Boat, B-O-T-E, designed this stuff for the kayak world. And, you know, I can see where if you're on a kayak, you got one of these sitting on there would keep it from getting knocked over. Pretty cool little idea. I'm so dumb, I had the thing for like 3 months before I realized that the boat mug stuck to the boat cooler. So there you go. I like it though. I was in Austin recently for a Texas football game, and Boat has a store down there, just like Yeti does. Yeti is from down there too. They've got a big Yeti store, and Boat does too. So that was kind of cool that they got a standalone store. Sadly, we were working too much, and I didn't have a chance to get by there and see what the heck. All kinds of cool stuff they've got. They make a lot of neat stuff though. All right, fishy, fishy, fishies. Keeping an eye on everything. Trying to get hypohydrated. Not marking a single thing. Not even a ball of bait. Most of our birds are on this side. I don't know how much of that is driven by there being something they're near versus they're just in the area. A lot of times they will get set up around bait, not so much because predator fish are eating the bait schools and driving them to the top. but because the cormorants, which are those blackbirds, they're a water bird, are going down and diving on the bait schools and hitting stuff and not killing everything. So it's a, sometimes they're just hanging around those birds. And I'm looking to see, I don't see any cormorants with this group. I saw some earlier, but I don't see any with this group of birds. So it is what it is. I like fishing near the birds. I seem to have better luck. Today proves that. Even though we've only got 9 fish, only got 9 fish, it's been a pretty good haul. But there goes a rod right there, outside planer. That is one of the pieces of cut bait. Boom, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Make sure all the cameras are good. I gotta make sure the cameras are on. That's one thing about doing the regular videos. You're checking the camera constantly. On these, man, you're just letting them roll. Like this one here in front of me, about to die. Battery's about shot. So we'll be swapping batteries after this, but for now, we'll just go with the POV cam. Point of view for you guys that are not TV savvy and YouTube savvy. Here we go. Nice fish, nice fish, nice fish. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. On them. On them. On them. In case you're wondering, I do use Minn Kota trolling motors. They are not a sponsor. They should be. But I do use Minn Kota trolling motors. It's a 24-volt motor. I think that's an 80-pound thrust motor. And I got a one-piece Epic EPOCH battery that powers it. Instead of having 2 12 volts, I use one 24 volt. Not being an electrician, that's probably smarter for me to do that. So there we go. Let's get this up here. It's actually not that hard to hook them up in, is that parallel? I can never remember. One's parallel, one is, that's why I'm not an electrician. One of them you double the power, the other one you double the voltage. So series and parallel. Feels like a better fish. Feels like a better one. He's up on top though. Not a fan of that. Hopefully he stays out of this other planer board line. I don't know if he did or not. I let it run back. I'm gonna have to move that one to the outside. Let's see, we'll see. We'll see. Hooking, hooking them up, baby, hooking them up. Hooking them up. We got that inside planer made a move. If I cleared all these lines, it'll be a miracle. Those are cormorants right there, if you can see those things flying around. Those little blackbirds. Oh yeah, nice fish, nice fish. Nice fish. Oh yeah. Get the old net back out. Boom. Good fish, good fish. Shoot. Got him. Nice one, nice one. Nice one. Man. See where we're at on the spread here. Looks good, looks good, looks good. What's that one? Get that across there. Is that one? That one may have a small fish on it. Let's get this one. This is a better looking fish here. Oh yeah. That's a nice fish. Boom, look at that, look at that. That one's going right there. We got a fish on that one. There we go. That is a perch one. 2 out of 10 on perch. That came on that body section. Heck yeah. Good looking fish. Look at there. Yes, sir. And the rod right behind it's going off. Look at that. Pow. Shoot. He gone. Get the slime off my hands. Where's my tail? Where's my tail? There's my tail. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what kind of mess we got. We know we're hooked up on that one. Let's try to go ahead and get this one feeding back out. And I got one on that inside. There's that bait, guys. Bait back out through there. Boom. Let's try to get this one feeding out. I got a bad feeling these two here, we may have a third fish. Boom. Boom. That's good. What we'll do is we're going to move this over to here. There we go. That's good there. Planer going on that. We're gonna have a mess if I don't get one of these fish under control, because it's probably gonna wind up in another line if it hasn't already. And that'll happen when life's good. Let's see if he's still on. Yep. There he is. There he is. Get that over to there, there. Let's see if we can play into this side. There we go. A little head jerky. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take what we can get. Take what we can get. Yeah, let's go around some stuff. I'm gonna see if I can play him to this side of the boat. That would be perfect if I can land him over here. That would make life so much easier. Let's knock that one in gear. All right, I don't see those other lines coming this way. This is gonna... Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Working him, working him, working him. I'm gonna try to let him dive back down so he clears the motor transducer in the back of the boat. There we go. Oh, 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 oh. He ate some line. He didn't like getting in that transducer cone and feeling that ping in his head. But it puts out a pulse. Oh, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes. There he goes. Yes, sir. This one is acting like he's somebody. Here, I like this. I like this. Oh, oh, ho, 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 ho. Don't work him up here. Bubbles. I see some bubbles. I see a fish too. I got leader. I got my Carolina Lake weight sinker. I just need my fish. He pulled some line off when he got, get some line back here. He's kind of, boom, there we go. Woo! That's hard to do with one hand. First world problems. Let's check some boat speed here. We're still at 0.5. We're good. Got a good course. Yes, sir. Let's take a look at this fish, guys. This is good catching. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good solid fish there. One of the better ones. Yes, sir. Everything look good? Make sure everything's good here. Here you see. Open your mouth. Old chicken bait. Plainly obvious. Stop, 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 stop. Let's see what we got. Cameras don't work well. That one's dead. Finally, that front one died. There we go. Just gonna get this one as a POV. We'll have to swap out that battery. Finally died. There it is. Chicken bait, guys. Let's get that one back. Shoot. All right, let's swap out this battery and we'll come back here and check on some stuff. I do think there's a fish on that one. Get what we got here. Like I said, guys, you get to see it all. Battery swap. Boom. Boom. Where's the batteries? I got my green tab for my charged batteries. And then on the other side, I got my red tab for my dead batteries. That way, you don't have to go figure some stuff out. Again, put it in there, let it boot up. Get this thing off the water there a little bit. Start it rolling. Boom. Boom. Pow. We got a new clip running. There we go. Little YouTube hack for any of you future YouTubers out there. Boom, that rod's going now. Dadgum. We on them. What we got? 2 we got to click off. Let's see. Let's get this one first. Let's go with the camera over here. Boom. Pow. This outside one could be going too. That outside rod's plowed over. Oh yeah, that's a good bite. That's a good bite. So we're basically got 3 fish on right now that we know of. Just put 1 or 2 in the boat. I can't even remember how long it's been since I clicked one. Yeah, we definitely got one on that inside one. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Bumping to the bank paid off. Sun's getting down in the sky. It's later in the day. Probably got a little warm up of the water here. Probably not much though, I'll be honest with you. A little bit of sun penetration helps in this clear water, but still, these temperatures ain't gonna let it get super warm. Like I said, our water's 47-ish, 46, just somewhere in there. It's gonna be hard for it to get warm when your temperatures are highs are in the 30s and your lows are in the 20s. It don't add up. That's what it comes down to. I can't tell if he is wrapped or if he is into another line. He's wanting to fight though. He's putting up a battle. And we will take it. We will. Boy, look at that go right there. It's up on the top. Let's let him go back down. Go back down, big boy. Go back down. Go back down. Get around there. Shook. Man. I don't want to slow the boat down a little bit here. I'm not at the point forward to see if that helps. That was one of the things I was actually trying, was going a little bit faster in case these fish were lethargic, so they ain't got time to decide whether they want to hit. This is a better fish. Better fish. There he is. Come here. Come here, biggin. Come here, biggin. Boom. He's in the net. Got him. And we still got 2 more to deal with over here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Wow. Amazing fish. Amazing bite. Amazing bite. Get that off of there. Oh, stop, stop, stop. Let go of my thumb. Another one. Another one. Look at that. Good fish. Straighten your tail out so they can see how long you are. It's kind of shy. Being all ladylike. Back alive. Boom. What do we got? 3 to click off? 2 or 3? I can't remember. I know it's 2. We'll call it at least 2. May have missed one. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm losing track, guys. I couldn't remember if there was an additional one on that round. Let me know. Put something in the comments if I missed one there. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Let's get this. That was a chicken bait. Let's go and put a piece of bait on there while we got the chance. There we go. Boom. Nice little chunk of chicken. Chunk of chicken. Get that baby good to go. Yep, that is good. We'll run that one straight out the back. Let's not get it across that line. Pull that back in some. There we go. Heck yeah. Now don't forget, guys, we still got fish right here. Boom, we'll just take that one. It went over as soon as I looked at it, so we'll take it. On on. On on. He's going to deep water. We're going to get that board off. If he wants to go to deep water, that's perfect, because he will be on the deep side of the boat and the side where the net's at, and most likely the easier side to net the fish on. There we go. There we go. Go for it. We on 'em. Come on, big boy. Work your way on up here. Work your way on up here. There we go. Chicken bait here, by the way, guys. We still got the big perch on the outside, but this is chicken bait, as is. No, the outside's a perch. Forgot we still got another fish out there. Unreal. Unreal. Dude, there may be a fish on the bait that's still going out. It would not surprise me a bit if that rod doesn't fold over right here. I just put that one out and the rod was doing like a herky-jerky thing. Boom, that one's in the net. I think that may have a fish. That bait is not even going out anywhere. Oh, it's in this line. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Throw that clicker on for a minute. There we go. That could be what the problem is. He swam over into that. That's what it was. Some mud on that belly. I think these fish are becoming back active again. We got a full moon. That was one of the things I was going to tell y'all about. If you don't believe we're catching these on chicken, some people think like it's like a lie or something. But there's the bait in the fish's mouth. I mean, it's you can't deny it. Right there it is. And there's another fish. A good fish. A heck of a fish. Awesome. Awesome. You can't make this up, guys. You can't make it up. Unreal. Get him in. He gone. So I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click it before I get confused here. Boom. It's a dozen. Let's see. What are we doing? Let's reset this rod. Because it was going out and then that got into it. I don't know if it drug it up into a nasty mess or what. Let's just reset it. Okay, good. It's good. I'm gonna cast that one straight back. Boom. That sink. This one here, that chicken's all kinds of twisted off the hook. That's gonna come apart. Let's give them something new. Let's not rip off my fish. Let's give them something they can't walk away from. Little bitty bait. Untwist. Carolina Lake weights. Oh, you see that? I got by you real quick there. Get that one back. Who's keeping track of the perch bites and the chicken bites? Who's keeping track? I think we've had 2 on perch. Is that right? Let's see if this one is on here. This will be one of them. It'll be another one, I'm sorry. I thought there was a fish on here. I don't know if it's still on here or not. May or may not, we'll see. This is one that was flapping around out there. At least I think it was, I don't know. You get this many going on, it's kind of confusing. Like I said, if anybody at home has kept track of every fish, let me know if my number's right. And so sometimes you get in a flurry of fish, man, and you just lose track of how many you've actually caught. You forget to click them, that kind of thing. The clicker's supposed to take care of that, but if you in a flurry forget to click them, all right, the bait's still on there. There was some slime around it, so maybe something did hit it at some point. I don't know. There we go. Boom. I'm gonna run right into them birds. That hooked up. Boom, those are good. Knock that into gear. Let's get the net out of the way. We got to rebait that one. And this way, man, what a haul of fish. What a haul of fish. This is pretty good. We're gonna let that one get out a little bit. We'll put on another board in between there. Adjust that speed just a little bit. Doing there, boom. Those look good on that side. This one just went out. That one's been rebaited. What a day. What a day. This was a chicken bait too. So get that to knock into gear. Get that across there. Maybe bait it up. Give them a little more sweet meat than that. Right back across. And what we'll do is we'll drop that right into there, in between them. Now, this one is kind of pulled out. Let it sink, hit bottom, put the board on. Then we're gonna let both of these plane on out. Get that out. Oop, 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 oop. So yeah, what happened was, I think when we came down here and reset, I think I came down here with, towel dry my hands. I think I came down here with 9 fish. We're at 12 now. So did we catch 3 since the reset? Y'all can go back and look. I'm curious if we're at 12. So anyway, it really doesn't matter. It's a phenomenal bite, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's just as good as it gets in the wintertime. Great day. We had a trip out here with the Operation Vets with Nets a week or so ago, and it was good then too. And sometimes you'll hit these windows where the fishing is amazing. And I always say this time of the year it comes to an end, and it's true in summertime too. You know, good bites don't last forever, neither do bad bites. So when things are bad and things are slow, it's not going to last. And it's almost like life, man. It's, you know, you'll make it past it. But yeah, in the fishing world, it's like, it can be bad, it can be terrible, but eventually it gets back good. And when it's good like this, it's coming to an end at some point, is what it comes down to. It doesn't go on continuously. And it's one thing about my videos, you see the good and the bad, the good days and the bad days. And there's a lot of them days where you see, you know, just a few little fish caught, and it's the way it is sometimes. It's the way fishing goes. So, see what this one's doing. Still got some time on that one. Still got some time on that camera. We'll see what happens here. Yeah. Still 25, 30 feet of water. Let's go sit down. We'll chillax for a second here and talk more fishing while we let this roll. We're coming right into the birds. There's a pile of them back here. Last time I sat down, the fish hit right away. Put my hat on. The wind's kind of laid down here, and it's halfway comfortable now. We'll see if the wind picks up. I'm gonna put my hat back on, my beanie, toboggan, whatever y'all call it, wherever you're at. I know the Yankee folk don't call them toboggans because that's something you sled on. In the South, we call them a toboggan. Don't know why. I think it's because people riding toboggans wore them or something. I don't know how that came about, but it's you know, I think part of this too is I think there is a bite window with this fishing. I think there's a window where even when it's good, it's going to be really good. And I think even with a good bite, it will slow down. Some of this could be about the moon. I was talking about that earlier. We've got a very bright moon coming off a full moon. So there's, you know, this could be a middle of the day thing. I think we got our outside rod going right there. You know, middle of the day. I'm out here in the middle of the day. Why did I come in the middle of the day? Part of it's the moon, part of it I just wanted to wait till it warmed up some, even though it's not getting crazily warm today. You know, it's one of the things, if it's bright at night, people think fish feed when that happens. So, you know, basically 12 hours later, you're gonna have a feed window. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. But you could use it as an excuse for catching fish or not catching fish. So we can always look at our fish app. What does our fish app say? Fish app said yesterday was gonna be a great day, and yesterday was a good day. Let's see what the fishing app says here. Let's go to, where's that fishing app at? There it is. Let's see what it says. 80%. That's a pretty good number. Yesterday was 93. That's good. So today's 80. So, and we're just coming off, if you look right there, the like peak of the bite. We're kind of on the, it's starting to taper back down. So I don't know if you can trust this thing. It was dead on the money yesterday for sure. So, you know, it at least works this time. So there you go. This is from my buddy Daniel. He's the one, his dad turned me on to it. He watches it religiously. I look at it, and days like today you believe in it, and then when it's the total other direction, you're like, that don't work. So I don't know. A lot of that, most of those apps are driven by lunar phase, and that's what they base everything on. And you know, they a lot of times they'll pick these movement windows, feed windows, activity windows, you know, during those quarters, you know, overhead, underfoot. If you deer hunt, you've heard that. That's when deer are active. But then, you know, you've got your minors when it's out, you know, 90 degrees to you. It's getting ready to rise or set. So something to think about. None of that stuff keeps me from fishing or makes me go fishing. It just kind of is what it is. It's kind of interesting stuff to think about and ponder. And, you know, when it works, like I said, you believe it and go with it. But I ain't staying home when it says 20%. I'm gonna go fishing anyway, see if I can fool them. Let me put this planer board out a little bit further. A little more spread there. Here we go. Let's open up how much water. We're right at the birds. Y'all might be able to hear them. That baby on there. There they go. They are flying. They are flying. I'm gonna pull right through them. I'll try to sit back down. I was doing good. They were tolerating me pretty good whenever I was sitting. They see me moving, they think I'm getting ready to eat them or something. So we'll pull on up through here, see if we can stick a couple of more of these things. Been a great day. Are we at 12? Let's just double check. Yep, it says 12. It says 12. Hand warmers are working. My hands are nice and warm finally. That first little bit there when we first got here, there was a little more wind and it was zapping the heat out. Now granted, I was catching fish like crazy, and that hands were out. Got a little chance to get them in the pockets now, but there's no wind, man. Wind, getting out of it makes a difference. So where we going here? Oh, that outside one's bopping. I was waiting for it to fully load up. There may be a fish on it that's just dragging it. That one does have, I can't remember if the starboard side had the body chunk or a head on it, but it's going like there's a fish. Let's take a look at it and see. It's this one right here. We're gonna see if he's gonna stay budding. What I do is I just ease back on it. Boom, he's on there. He's on there. He's on there. Let's let this one roll back here. We're gonna let that one just let the line go on back. And we're gonna play this baby on in here. Hopefully he stays about. I don't think it's a big fish, because, I mean, like I said, it never really folded that rod over or anything. We don't discriminate. We just want to catch them. We just want to catch them. It's beautiful out here in the winter, man. Nobody on the water. I think I seen the duck hunters. I had that one other boat ride by. We had a barge. And that's it, man. Nobody out here fishing. You know, it's not always the best time to fish and catch fish. It's harder. But today's proof you can catch them. And that's true for bass, crappie, perch, just about anything. I think about the only thing that would be really hard to catch right now if you were trying to do it would be gar. I think gar become very inactive, and I think they would be very hard to catch. I think even carp you could catch them. Granted, they're going to slow down some, but I mean, all fish do. Right day, right place. Oh, this is a liftable one. Hey, actually, this was not a perch bait. I thought it was. I guess we must have caught one to put that one back out. So this one has got a little throat hook. Well, he's put bottom of the mouth. Oh, he's gonna be easy to get out. I thought he was gonna be tough. He's right in the bottom of the mouth. Sometimes you get one like that. Duke. There he goes, a little bit of blood. We'll get him back. Circle hooks get him in the corner of the mouth most of the time. Sometimes you will get one though that'll swallow a hook, and it just sets up there. So it'll happen. Get another piece of bait. Bada bing. Sun's starting to ease down in the sky on a gorgeous day of fishing, man. A gorgeous day of fishing. Gorgeous day to be out here. Doink. Get that one in. There we go. We're gonna move this over to here. Get that set up right there. Clip a splitter forward on. Heck yeah. Boom. Boom, boom. Ba-doom, boom. Let that baby tool on out there. Get that one in place and get it set. We'll go chillax for a little bit. What a day, what a day. I tell you, to do one of these long unedited videos, I couldn't have picked a better day. It's a lot of catching going on. I'll tell you this, the next time I do one, it will not be this exciting. I can warn you of that. This bite is not something that happens all the time, and we got lucky today, and that's okay. It's okay to get lucky sometimes. You go, you know, if you're out there putting in the time, sooner or later that will happen, and that's what happened with us today. So we're gonna give it a little while longer though, and see if there's a couple more. Pop that baby into gear. Bang. There we go. Rock and roll. We pulling. Oh, we gotta click that one, don't we? See, this is what happens. I come over here and I sit down and I forget. Hopefully that's 13. Here's the deal. It's a lot of fish. If it's 13, if it's 16, I know we didn't miss any, or I know I didn't put too many. It's a lot of fish for a winter day, especially, well, I mean, look at the timer. That's how long I've been fishing. I didn't look to see what time I got here. I want to say it was around, I don't even remember what time. I'm trying to see if I got a text message close to when I started. Let's see if I got any clues as to when I got here to begin with. Maybe 1 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, not sure. So anyway, it's a lot of fish. So again, I give the guys that do the 2-hour videos when the fish ain't on fire credit. It's a lot to do. Like I said, it's easier doing it live. I may try that again. If you tuned in late to this thing, give me your thoughts on doing it live and maybe doing a little hybrid. Also record it so that it can, because sometimes the live stuff doesn't get populated in the same place as the edited videos, long form videos, whatever you want to call this. So I don't know. I know the loyal fans follow it, but a lot of the views on this channel, as with most channels, it's like 70% of the views are from people who are not subscribed. It's stuff that is suggested to them, and that's happening more and more on YouTube now because the algorithms, AI, whatever you want to call it, are getting better and better at figuring out what you want to look at and you want to watch. And they can kind of guess and know that one's getting hit there, that inside one looks like a small fish. That could be a channel cat. That could be a small one. Just not slamming it. A lot of times when they get that fidgety bite, whisker hook, I got usually on those, because it's like they don't have enough power to pull on it, but it's like hurting their whisker. They're sensitive to it, and a lot of times you get them in their whisker hook. So a lot of times they'll pull off. But you can go over there and do what I call the walleye reel, where you just reel them in real slow and you don't want that head shake to throw the hook. I used to watch walleye tournaments all the time when FLW did them, and watch those guys just steady on the line. Let's see, did he pull off or is he still there? Kind of quit, and that's what'll happen a lot of times if you leave those little ones alone like that. Sometimes they'll just come off the hook and they're gone. So let's see. Hand warmer's still working. We ain't even pushed the limits on these things today. They're not even close. Yeah, I don't know. I think he may be on there. Let's take a look. That's on this rod right here. You can see that little herky-jerky thing going on. Oh, I think he's there. We're gonna nurse him in. We're gonna nurse it in. So I'll say this is one where I don't put too much. I just use the tension of the line, not so much with the rod, so I'm not horsing him. Just nurse him in. This is what you would do if you just really wanted to catch a fish. You know, a lot of people, they're like, I don't care, I'm just gonna reel it hard and try to pull the hook out of it. I don't wanna mess with it, but we're just gonna try to catch them. Oh, there goes one right there on that planer, inside planer on that side. Respect the fish and more will bite. Respect. What I tell you, is he hooked good enough to get in? Yep. Boom. Boat flip, put them fin. Whenever they got their fins down like that, don't grab them. They're getting ready to throw them up. This is a channel cat, by the way. One from the spots too. That fin, the anal fin, is rounded on the outside. Quick cursory glance, way to tell what it is. He counts on the chicken. Who's keeping count on the chicken, huh? There's proof. Right there it is. All right, is that one on? I think that one may be on there. That one may be on. Let's see if he is. Nope, I think he popped. Either he popped or he's swimming away from the boat or something, because it kind of went like it was going to, and then maybe not hooked up. We're gonna check bait on it. This is one of the few times I've actually pulled something in to check bait today. That's kind of crazy. Let's see. Let's see. We know, I'm trying to think of which one was which. This may be a heavier bait. A little wet, Matt. Still chicken. It was fine. Just didn't hook up. Boom. That down. Knock that into gear. Let's get them out. Boom. We'll let that one tool on out there. Come a little breeze coming across the back of my neck. It's kind of chilly. Kind of chilly. Telling that wind will make a tolerable cold day not so tolerable very quickly. Very quickly. That's all right. That's all right. I listen. Part of the misery of coming out here in the cold is the blessing of being able to go home to a warm house and a warm bed and a family and all that. So I'll take it. A little bit of suffering in my not so suffering way. It's all right. Makes me appreciate what I got. That baby out there. Let it get out a little bit further, a little bit further. As you can see, it's kind of going out, and I'll knock it into gear. I think pow will be set. Boom, we got them in the water. I got to click one, right? I had one there. Almost had two. 14. Unbelievable day on the water. Unbelievable. This has been kind of a no-brainer, no-thinker kind of day as far as just setting up and going and fishing. Let's see where I'm at here on the turn. We're still a good ways from that point. So, I mean, I'm just gonna, it's just kind of a set it and forget it. I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, there goes a fish on that inside planer board right there if he will stay hooked up. Again, it's a channel cat looking bite. It's very boom, 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 zit, zit, zit kind of thing. It was not a very voracious bite. I don't know if we've gotten out of the blues because we caught some on this pull, but I don't know if we got out of them. You know, are they further offshore? Or was that just a feed window? It's a good question. It's a good question. You know, we've talked about that. You know, the whole feed window thing could be that. So I've seen that happen plenty of times to where you're catching some, and it goes both ways. You're catching some good fish and all of a sudden the bite dies off and little fish show up. Or vice versa, you're catching some little fish and then all of a sudden they quit biting. That's a good fish right there. That is a good fish. That is a good one. That is a good one right there. That is a real bite right there, guys. This outside planer is hooked up. We're gonna let this one run back. There we go. That was a good bite. Oh, did he come off? Did he come off? Did he come off? I think he, or I can't tell if he came off or he went that way. I think he may have went that way. Well, I've been at sometimes with a planer board, I can tell by the way the board falls over. If the board falls over, typically it's not, like that looks like there's not a fish on it, but then it's pulling back. And a lot of times that can be, if the fish swims with the board, it'll change the attitude on it. But typically the board stays upright. I don't know what we got here. I may have lost this fish, or he could be swimming back and forth. That's a lot of slack line to have been pulling on it. So we'll see. This is one when they do this, they can throw a hook. I don't think he's there. Don't think he's there. It was a good bite too. That was, I'm curious if that is one of the bigger baits. Let's see. Yep, it was a body section. And again, did he hit the bait? Or did he hit this? It's hard to tell because they will hit this sometimes. Like that one in the gear. Thought we had us one. You don't always hook up. Bait didn't roll into the hook or anything. Let's, you know, let's put on a fresh bait. We got a fresh one here. Let's run it the last little bit here. Boom. There we go. Get that scale off of there. You don't want those scales on the tip. They can mess up you getting hooked up there. Yep, that's a good looking bait. Get a shot of that. Just kind of dressed up there. Thought we had us a good one there, guys. And that shows there's still some fish in here. We hadn't got away from all of them, have we? That was a good bite. Dang. Good bite, good bite, good bite. It'll happen. I see people online get mad. They're like, I'm changing hooks, I'm changing this, I'm changing that, because they didn't get hooked up on a fish. Folks, there are so many reasons why a hook didn't stick your fish in the mouth. And 99% of the time, it ain't got nothing to do with the hook. It's the dynamics of what happened when that hook went to wherever that hook went in the mouth. Granted, I like circle hooks, but you can catch them. Most of the reason there is just the ease of operation when you're drifting and trolling. But J hooks will catch them too. I mean, you really want to catch fish, use treble hooks. I just don't like using them because they tear up a fish's mouth so much. So it's most of the time it ain't the hooks arguing over whether it's this circle hook or that circle hook. It really don't matter. You can catch them with any of them. For certain types of fishing like this, where you have constant resistance on the line because the boat's moving, circle hooks are hard to beat. You could do J hooks if you wanted to, but again, as you saw earlier, you hook into a fish here, I don't have to stay on the fish constantly or stay on the rods constantly to set the hook. It's gonna do it itself. So, but again, sometimes stuff happens depending on just where that's at in the fish's mouth. It does not roll to the right place. Something happens with the bait in there that protects the hook point. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. It's why it is sporting means fishing. It's why it's sporting. Sporting is when the fish has a chance to get away, and that's what happens in these situations. When you're catching fish in a trap, they don't have a chance to get away. They go into the trap and eat the bait, and they're caught. Here, they've got a chance. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. There's room for human error, mechanical error, all that kind of stuff. So it's what keeps it a sporting event. There's a fish on sonar, a little one down there, a sign that there is life. Like I said, thing that's crazy with all these fish we've caught today. Was I supposed to click one? No, I know that one didn't hook. Anyway, I forget. Was there a little one I was supposed to click? Yeah. But we haven't marked a lot on the screen, but we've caught a lot of fish. So kind of seeing I'm going to stay off of that point. Maybe go a little bit further. We may finish up just running out to the middle of this and seeing what happens. Giving it one good run here. What a day, what a day, what a day. There's a part of me that wonders what's out here in the middle, because I'm getting a bunch of gulls sitting in the middle now. So I don't know. I do wonder if there's some fish out there. See if anything's going on in the world. The world. What is happening in the world? I don't care about what's happening in the world. My world is pretty awesome right now. If we can get one more fish, it would be even awesomer. That's a word, awesomer. Look it up. Look it up. It's in the book somewhere. There's a definition for it somewhere. Awesome, awesomer, more awesome. Come on, fishies, give us one more. You know what I got? I don't hardly drink them anymore. I've got a Diet Sundrop. I hardly ever drink these things. I'm drinking so much water now. I hardly drink Diet Sundrop anymore. I'd heard all kinds of rumors that, oh, they'll spike your blood sugar and all that. Well, I did a little test on that. That's not true. I actually did some blood sugar analysis after drinking these things, and I could find nothing that caused it to go up. Now, with that said, is aspartame good for you? Probably not. Even though all the research says it's okay, but how many times do they do research on stuff and it ain't right? So anyway, I limit how many of them I drink now. So no longer will they be a sponsor of the channel. I need an energy, not an energy drink, I need a, man, that's a tight seal. Look at that. When I close the lid and try to push it on, it won't. Look at that. Man, that's a heck of a seal. Boat board. Their mugs are as good as their coolers. I need a like water supplement drink is what I need. Something like, because I especially summertime, you drink a lot of Gatorade to get the what's that noise out? To get the salt, minerals, magnesium, potassium, all that kind of good stuff. But I need one of those. That'd be good. But I don't want one with a bunch of caffeine and all that other voodoo stuff in it that gives you energy. I have plenty of energy. You can tell by the way I talk. I talk all the time. I just won't quit talking. It just keeps going. I got plenty of energy. So I got coffee for energy. And I got biting fish for energy, which we're about out of biting fish. But I got birds over here and where I'm going. I am going to make more of a turnout. Ooh, look. Ooh, I'll show you something on the screen here, guys. Oh, camera down, camera down. There we go. We got some life there. It looks like a not huge fish, but there's some stuff under some fish there. Like several fish and then something underneath them. So with the way our day's been going, we actually got some life, something on the sonar. Again, it's amazing to catch as many fish as we've caught and having not marked that many fish. So I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. Are they laid up in the mud? Well, we had some that had a lot of mud on them. So it could be part of that. Let's turn off that point up here. We are miss it good this time. Because we caught a couple of fish off the edge of that point last time. So we'll see if they're out there. But yeah, I mean, it's like I've said before, folks, I just try to fish and I just try to see what the lake gives me. Expect to come out here and get my teeth kicked in a few times and occasionally be rewarded. So it's almost a metaphor of life, you know. So it's fun. Appreciate y'all tagging along for this whole thing today. I'm curious who makes it to this point. Whoever makes it to this comment right here, put this timestamp in here that you made it to this far and you watched all of it, and put the timestamp down there. I want to hear it. Boom, there he goes on the outside planer again. Please stay buttoned. Please stay buttoned. We're gonna do what we did last time. We're gonna let this one roll back. We're gonna pick this one up. This should be chicken. Based on what we put back out there, this should be chicken. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's got some pull. That's got some pull. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Like I said, I think the bite may have slowed. It's actually, if anything, slowed to a normal catch right now. There we go. That feels like a better fish. That feels like a better fish. Yes, sir. By the way, I messaged two of my buddies that I do a lot of NASCAR stuff with. Camera guys, great cameramen. They've been wanting to go fishing. And I said, I'm going to wait until there's a good bite going on. So I messaged both of them. Granted, it was last minute, Brandon and CJ. I know I messaged y'all last minute. But this is the day I ask y'all about. I doubt either one of you will watch this video this far, but this is the day I ask you, hey, you want to go? I know it's last minute. This is the day. Part of the reason I was going to film something with them, and part of the reason I'm doing this, when I said, I'm out there by myself, I'll just do one of these super long videos. So y'all would have had to catch all these fish. So just saying. CJ or Brandon, if you happen to watch this video this far, send me a text message. Brandon, this will probably be a good one to just let roll in your AirPods on your next flight to Texas or Daytona. All right, let's turn this baby out just a little bit. Boom. Oh, come on, Buttercup. Stay buttoned up. Way too much slack there, Captain. Way too much slack in that line. That's how you lose a fish. That's how you lose a fish. That's how you lose them. A lot of times when I get stuff slack like that, I don't hammer down on them right away. In case that hook kind of rolled a little bit, I'll kind of reel down a little bit slower just to kind of pull that hook back in if something like that happened. A lot of times, I mean, most of the time once them circle hooks are set good, they're set, but you never know, man. I try not to horse fish. It's why I don't like braided line. I like having a little bit of stretch and forgiveness. It's why I like having a little more flexible rod. I'm not big on heavy action rods. I like having that little bit of something. Man, we're coming up shallow again. I'm gonna turn hard out here. Came up on it further than I thought I would. That one was right on the edge. Get back to some deeper water. Man, the wind is dying. It's like glass out here. The only wake out here is a passing boat off in the distance. Unreal. This would be a great shot if I had a long lens camera. I could get that thing on. He's staying on top of the water really nicely. Get him in here. Heck yeah. Heck yes. Easy, easy. Reel down to him. Let's get him in the net. Shoot, he's in the net. He's in the net. He's in the net. Yep, you can't make this up, guys. When it's like this, you just thank the Lord and bait the hooks. That's a t-shirt. Thank the Lord and bait the hooks. Get that up in here. Get that hook out of there, baby. Oh, chicken, just in case y'all wondering. Feel like the boat's spinning. I think I leaned down on my control. There's just been, look at that mud. That's the mud I'm talking about. Maybe a little inactivity there. There we go. Another one. He gone. A little slime off my hands. Getting the turn. We're going to try to stay deep. We're going to drag right out here to the middle and see what happens. A little different than what we've been doing, but we're going to finish it up here. We're getting toward the end of our daylight. People ask, do you fish at night? Why don't you fish at night? I'll be honest with you. I think the fishing is better during the day, to be perfectly honest. Some people will disagree, you know, and that's mainly because they only fish at night. Some of that's because of work and stuff like that, and I understand that. If that's the only time you got to fish, then go fishing. But, you know, and people say, well, the only time you fish is during the day, it ought to be better. Well, Trust me, I've been fishing for catfish for a long time. We're into the decades, not the singular. So I fished a lot at night, and I've always said that every time I'm out there, it's just about, there's been a couple of good nights that I've had that were great nights, but I've never had a night where I've caught a lot of catfish in a really considered, like I said, I've had a couple of nights where it was good fishing. We won a lot of tournaments fishing at night, but not as many, just not as good at fishing during the day. Again, that may be me, that may be my style of fishing. The one thing about nighttime fishing, I like it in the summertime, mainly to escape boat traffic. My favorite time to fish, now we're talking about night fishing, is extremely early in the morning. I think the thing I dislike about nighttime fishing is dealing with the drunks and the yahoos that have not gone to bed yet and are still out on the water. So what I mean by that is when I do the night fishing, and I've done some night trips, a lot of it is I'm leaving at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and fishing about 4 hours in the dark, and then like the first 4 hours of daylight. And those are pretty fun trips. I like that. I like that early pre-dawn bite. So that can be pretty cool. But as far as like getting out here at 7 at night and fishing, letting it get dark, it's like you waste several hours waiting for things to calm down, people to get off the water, all that kind of stuff. I would just rather be fishing during the day or get out there before sunrise and get in the water. So a little sign, something down there. We're rolling back into some deeper stuff. We're coming out of 19 feet. We're gonna roll down to about back in the 30. We kind of stayed off of that buoy over there. So we're gonna keep pulling it a little bit further and see if there can be a couple more fish stuck. I gotta click that one, don't I? Here we go. It says 15. I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty close. Like I said, if it's 15, 16, it's a good day of fishing. So, and man, since this wind is laid down, it is sweet. Yeah, we're gonna run this straight out into the middle here and see what the heck happens. See what the heck happens. See what our weather report's gonna be for the rest of the week. Doot. Doodle-doot weather this week. Dum-da-da-dum. Today, supposed to get 40. Tuesday, no, I'm sorry, Thursday, 54. Nice. Overnight lows 28. Actually, going into the weekend, rain's coming. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Be a decent day tomorrow. Next couple of days will be some decent days. So might see if this is repeatable, if we can duplicate this. Look at that water, guys. Outside of that boat wake, that pontoon that just went by, it's starting to look like glass out here. I mean, this is troll anywhere you want to troll kind of conditions right here, man. Let's see where we're pulling here. Yeah, let me get over to that ditch. If we can make it to the old creek ditch, I think that'll be a good, long, solid pull. That'll be good. I was going to try to get out here a little bit early to beat some of the traffic. I probably have failed at that. I'm probably still going to have some. So I'm going to milk this out and see if there's one more pig out here. You know, the one thing I've you know, maybe if I get away from some of these, you know, teeners, maybe there's a big one somewhere. So we'll see what happens here. I'll give it a little bit of a longer pull through here. That's one thing with the big fish that I caught late last year in December of last year. You know, it was a it was a deal where there was not a good bite. At least where I was fishing, there was not a good bite. That was nowhere near here where I'm fishing now, which is interesting. Makes me wonder if, where are fish down here then? But I fished this area some, but it just wasn't a good catch rate. So let's see where our speed's at. We're at 0.5. That's good. That's good. Nice little slow troll through here. Motor's doing about 2.5. This motor will run a long time. This battery, let's just look and see where we're at here. I can look on the app. I've got too many apps on my phone. It is, there it is. There's the Epic app. Boom. I don't know if y'all can even see this. I'm gonna hold it up here in front of the camera. We hit that battery. Boom. We hit that. It says 0, 0. It's getting a reading on it. Well, we know it's not at 0 because it's running. Am I supposed to hit something else? Did I hit the right one? Oh, no, I hit the GoPro. Duh. Okay. Boom. Well. All right, so it's showing the battery. It's not showing the voltage on it. That's weird. I may have hit something else. Make sure I'm getting the... That's it. So that's on. There we go. You have to... I've got so much Bluetooth stuff going. I got these cameras on Bluetooth. There's a couple of those going and it's showing that. So anyway, I had to get the right Bluetooth off the battery, click on the it, and it shows 73%. This is the third trip out here, and it's at 73%. So it's one of the cool things about the Epic EPOCH batteries. They have the Bluetooth technology. They have the heated plates in them, so you can run them in the cold weather. And it's a good battery. They're based down in Atlanta. I think their batteries are made in China like all of them, but they're based outside Atlanta. So it's at least you have somebody here in America to deal with and to talk to. So if something goes wrong, I have not had an issue with mine. You know, one of the things with these, all this technology stuff is it's technology stuff. And there can be issues, glitches, firmware upgrades, this, that, and the other. A new piece of technology comes out that it's just a lot of stuff. I've been lucky. Mine has worked simply. I did a upgrade on the app that has worked, you know, flawlessly. But you know how it is, man. You get like a different phone that could have different software, you know, that is not compatible, blah, blah, blah. And it can make a mess. So I've been lucky. It's worked. Usually it all gets shaken out in the end, but there's, you know, that's the world we live in. So I know there's same thing with the like trolling motors and sonar units and all that, man. That's a whole nother world. So they were asking me the other day on the Operation Nets with Vets guys that were out here about linking the sonar units to the trolling motor, and I think Garmin has all that technology, and wouldn't mind experimenting with it, but you know, you have to be somewhat tech savvy to do that stuff. And you know, I think the younger generation assimilates into that world a lot easier than the older generation, or at least a lot of the older generation, and that stuff can be kind of intimidating. It's kind of like with the forward facing sonar. It can be intimidating and a learning curve that people just don't want to take on. So the bottom line is you can't unring a bell. The stuff's not going away. It's here to stay, and it you know, you either learn to adapt to it and use it, or you're fishing against people who are using it and, you know, may be doing really great. Now, if you're just out fun fishing, I don't think it really matters. Go out and go fishing and have fun. I think where it starts to become I think where it starts to change the game is when you get into the tournament world, because there are some advantages to some of the technology, and that can change the landscape. And some people adapt, some won't. And I don't know if it's good or bad. Jury's still out with me, man. You know, it's a lot of it. I kind of, it's like putting a lobster in a pot of water. You throw him into a pot of hot water, he's going to jump the heck out of it. Put him in a pot of cold water and slowly turn the heat up. He's probably just dying there and go to sleep. It's kind of the same thing with technology. If you just kind of slowly get sucked in by it, you know, phones are a good example. You know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we dreamed about that stuff. You read about it in Popular Science. Is that magazine even still around? Anyway, but you know, slowly you get a little bit of it, a little bit more of it, a little bit of it. Same thing with fishing in the outdoors, man. I mean, look at the hunting world. You know, archery, you know, that's went from recurve bows, wooden arrows, to compound bows, aluminum shaft arrows, to crossbows. And every step along the way, the old generation is saying that ain't bow hunting. And same thing with the technology and shooting now, you know. So I don't know, man. It ain't gonna change. It ain't getting undone. We can outlaw it, I guess. You could legislate it out of existence, but I don't know. I just, why I like to come do what I do and enjoy what I do, and I fish this way. And yeah, maybe I could go out here and get me, you know, I can put forward facing on this unit. It's equipped for the forward facing that Lowrance has. But I don't know if I want to go through the trouble of fishing that hard. I enjoy what I'm doing here. You know, if I was sitting here doing forward facing sonar staring the screen, I don't think I'd be able to talk and work a jig and entertain you guys and not get war slap out doing it. So, yeehaw, it is what it is. Time marches on. So does technology. So, man, I think we have left a fish. I think we have left them. I think we have left a biting fish. There's something about that area. Don't know what it is. We've come up through where the birds, about the extent of where I've seen them, and kind of where they relocated to. So I don't know, not seeing a lot on the sonar right now either. So we may be out of them. So it's bottom line is, this has been a great day. This has been a great day. I appreciate y'all dropping by and checking it out. Pretty long run. I don't know how long this video is actually going to be, probably a couple hours. Justin, how you do it for 4 hours? I don't know. Especially with no biting fish, I give you credit. Y'all let me know if you like this one, if you like this long form content, and we'll try to do some more of it. So we'll catch you guys on the water.